TJ, the end of the world is coming and the zombies are knocking out the windows. You can only put one pair on feet and pack a second pair in your pack. Which sneakers are you surviving the zombie apocalypse in? Slim_Z, thank you so much for this comment. I've moved this video up ahead of other videos because you've tapped into me loving horror movies and thrillers, so zombie flicks absolutely fall into that category. Please be sure to comment below. What's your favorite zombie movie? I don't care if it's a classic or maybe it's one of the newer ones we've seen. I mean, always struggle to say this, World War Z with Brad Pitt is one of my favorites, but that totally changed the landscape. They no longer just shuffle around. They are primetime defensive ends, but they like run a 4-4. It's very scary times if that ever happens, but I love the movie, so please be sure to comment below what's your favorite zombie movie. And I'm excited to answer this question because I had to put some thought into this. Number one, not a single Jordan or retro would be chosen, okay? Outside of maybe like the Jordan MA2, maybe the Delta 2, I think that is a reasonable selection if we're talking Jordan brand, but outside of that, no. I'm just personally not. Because even for the more comfortable ones, like a 13 or a Jordan Women's OG, they don't stack up to the comfort that I need to survive. Why? Because cardio is like number one. You need to be in shape, okay? And if you have not seen, if you don't know where that's from, okay, if you don't know the rules of cardio and double tap, then man, you really missed out. You certainly have. But you need to be, one, in shape. It certainly helps. And I also don't need to just outrun the zombies. I just need to outrun you. And I can likely do that. Even if I'm slower than what I used to be in the past for long distance running, I just need to outrun you. So cardio will be key. I need to be on my feet all day. We're going to be walking. We're going to be you can't stay stagnant for too long unless you have a fortified home base to be able to really defend yourself. High points, fences, a barrier. Do you see where I'm going with this? Okay, Jordans are not going to be it. So again, I put a lot of thought into this. So I'm going to have like my first choice and then there will be an honorable mention. And I want you guys to also comment down below. You got to play along too. What will be your selection? So number one for me, and again, we'll break these down. I think the honorable mention, this will be a pair you guys have not seen for some years, okay? The honorable mention will be the Air Force One Special Forces. Now, of course, this is inspired by the military, so duh, it makes a little bit of sense. But one thing that I appreciate about this pair, it's actually rather lightweight. To say that it's not an Air Force One low, it's still rather lightweight. I love the fact that, again, it's extended upwards. So I'm thinking of what is exposed of my body that they could bite or scratch or grab. With this being higher, I can tuck my pants into here and then lace this up. And I like the lacing system itself because it really just does allow for it to lock down. You can string the shoelace up through here. They also have like the strap, so this is going to secure your foot in. If you're trying to run away, you don't necessarily want the shoe possibly being able to slip off. So being able to just kind of fortify that being around your ankle and your foot, I think that's a really smart move for if you select this shoe. The other thing I like, okay, if you guys recall, there's a stash pocket here. Not meant for that, okay? I don't think that should be your focus if we're trying to survive the end of the world. But I think that you could be able to hide certain things, right? If you need to hide a key, if you need to, a lot of times you can try to mask whatever your scent is, so you could smell like them. You could hide like a vial of that in here and be able to just break it out and put it on whenever you need to. Again, I don't know why I've thought about this so much. This is what happens when you watch How to Beat. Do you guys watch How to Beat channels? Or Nerd Explains? If you don't, but you love horrors and thrillers and laughing at the stupid actions that people take in these movies and what they could have done and should have done, I'll put some of my favorite channels below because I watch those probably more than I do a lot of sneaker content. Just being very honest with you. It's great when I just hop on the treadmill and I'm just going for an incline walk or something. I can throw that on and I can laugh and it's great. So Nerd Explains and How to Beat, those are great channels. So I think this pair is great. Again, you have the leather tongue, so that comes up a little bit higher. My only thing would be on the back because this is kind of just a material that, it doesn't give you a ton of protection, like around your ankles. They can kind of bite through. So again, just that. So honorable mention, the pair that I would truthfully go with though, might shock you, would be the Nike Fear of God 1. Now, this is the oatmeal colorway. Why am I selecting this? Okay, number one, it still gives me this high profile. I can tuck my pants into here. That matters to me. You have leather on the back. That's going to help with comfort and fatigue right on your back heel, leading up to your Achilles. It has an extra layer, so if you guys recall, like on the inside, there is a leather layer that's right under there. So I think that would actually give you just a tad bit more cushion, and it's another layer that they would have to like scratch through or bite through right around your ankle. You just don't want to get got. I like the fact that you have this TPU cage that might hold up a little bit better because you do just have the mesh. Now you want this to kind of be a little bit breathable, so you do have the mesh. You have this leather toe cap here, and then this stacked zoom unit. I'm thinking about this and being on my feet all day. I think I would be able to be on my feet all day a little bit better in this than maybe in that Special Forces Air Force One. And then you can wrap this around, tighten it. And the other thing, you guys have often said it's impossible to get your foot in and out of here. I don't have an issue with doing that, but you have a zipper and your foot is pretty locked down on here. So if you are trying to get away and you got to yank and pull your foot out of something, you don't want to do that, and then the shoe just completely comes off. Like now you don't have a shoe as you're trying to sprint for your life. That's terrible. That's like let's make sure that we are we are good to go in all ways. So this would actually be, I think, the very first option. And then second, so what am I like putting in my bag? The honorable mention would actually have to be the New Balance 990 V6. Now, I picked this one. I could have picked a number of other New Balances, certainly, in my collection, but just in terms of doing it all, it does, and I think this gives you enough stability and cushion. So you don't want to like bottom out. I think that could be an issue. If I have an Adidas Ultra Boost, it could bottom out way too soon. I want to be comfortable on my feet all day, running around, and we're trying to, you have to pretty much like go and you have to forage and scavenge for things. Like I need to be comfortable on my feet all day. But then also I think just the quality of MB will hold up over time. So yeah, I just think this is an easy one. You just throw in your bag. It's super lightweight and it will do you well. Now, again, this is just an honorable mention. You could throw in so many other comfortable shoes, but I think about comfort, stability, but then also I get enough structure with this shoe versus maybe like, again, an Ultra Boost. So the one that would go ahead of this, and I don't think I've ever shown this on the channel, so shout out to Great Friends because I was able to get this last year. It had been on my mind every single time I like walked in and saw it on the wall, and finally I just went ahead and they made sure that I got this, so shout out to Great Friends. But the Adidas the Ultra 4D. So I know with the 4D technology, I think it may have outpriced some consumers, and I think that just kind of killed it before it really had a chance to take off even more than what it should have. But this is a super, super comfortable shoe. If you guys have this, comment down below this video, but a super comfortable pair. It's really breathable with the upper of the shoe. One thing that I think would be smart, you can just slip this on. So yes, I think locking your foot down matters, but I think also just being able to slip the shoe on and go. You never know when you need to quickly gather everything and go. Yes, these have laces, but I don't really want to have to worry about my laces. You guys know I always do this little loop knot and I just go. So I want to be able to just slip this shoe on. I understand that with it being green down here, that could attract maybe some unwanted attention because humans become just as big of a problem as like what zombies do. I mean, sometimes you're better off just fighting the zombies than the humans who can have very malicious intent towards you and whatever group that you're with. Also, keep your group small. Remember that. So I think this would be great to toss on, super comfortable, again, to keep you on your feet all day long. And yeah, so I would probably be in this for a good part of the time, and again, tuck my pants into there, and then toss this on as like a second option in my bag. So that's my video in terms of which sneakers would I select. If it were end of the world, zombies are coming in, I can only grab one, I can only put one in my bag. So please be sure to comment below which two pairs you would pick. And you can go ahead and give like your rationale behind that too. Again, I did that in this video, so I thank you so much for that question. And if you guys check out my recent video, I also break down the cost per wear concept that I tend to look at now when it comes to sneakers. And shout out to a viewer who wanted me to expound on that a little bit more. Again, you guys are providing great content yourselves by the questions that you're posing in the comment section. It never goes unnoticed. Thank you so much. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.